The Whiz Kids had won it, Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're ready for some Geneva baseball here at McDonough Park between the Geneva Red Wings and the Auburn Doubledays. Leading off for the Doubledays, it'll be Ryan Cesarini. The first pitch is hit fair over to third base, makes a throw to Cole Fleming, and just like that, one pitch and one out. We're underway here for Geneva baseball. Geneva coming in 6-7 on the year, and that's currently in fourth place in the PGCBL West. Meanwhile, Auburn coming in 7-10, currently sitting in 7th in the PGCBL West division standings, coming off of a victory yesterday's ball game against Watertown 5-2. First pitch from Thompson finds the inside corner for a strike. To the Auburn shortstop, Michael Cervantes. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Kicks and deals. Hits Cervantes, so the first runner of the game, base runner for Auburn, goes on by a hit by pitch. So already 3 pitches into this game for Nick Thompson. The first pitch was an easy ground out to start off the game. The next two pitches, the first one was in there for a called strike, but the next one went in and hit Cervantes. So now kicking in is Dylan McKenzie, first baseman from SUNY Cortland. He's been the top hitter for Auburn against Geneva in his first 2 games against the Red Wings. He has a batting average of up to 600 in just 2 games. He's 3 for 5 at the dish against Geneva pitching. First pitch is fouled away, so 0-1 count for McKenzie. Thompson gets a sign, kicks and deals. Foul towards the netting once again, so the count goes to 0-2. And already, Thompson looking to get his first punch out of the ball game in just the second out of the inning. Comes the 0-2 home. Up high for ball. Try to have him chase one upstairs, but wisely, McKenzie lays off. One thing Thompson has to focus on is trying to get quick outs and quick at-bats. That's one thing he's been really struggling with so far this season. When he has an 0-2 count or 1-2 count, he flirts around with the batters with the strike zone, but he doesn't that time as he gets a payoff pitch to strike out McKenzie, and already there are 2 out here in the top of the first. And now kicking in will be in the cleanup spot. It'll be Asaf Lowengat, the third baseman for the Doubledays. Lowengat hasn't had too many games played so far in the Auburn jersey. Looking to get a win streak going for his boys in red here tonight. First pitch inside for a called strike, so already Thompson's ahead, 0-1. Through the first 4 batters, Thompson has started off with a first pitch strike to get things off. Meanwhile, they catch in a base run situation, and they get the force out, and a caught stealing play. Great play by Thompson to get them out of the inning. So, half of an inning in the books. In Geneva, it is Auburn currently. Auburn with no runs on the board. Geneva coming to bat. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. I'll be right back here in just a moment.
This town ain't small, it's a little of both, they say. Our ball club may be minor league, but at least it's Triple-A. We sit below the Marlboro Man, above the right field wall. We do the wave all by ourselves. Hey, a blind man could have made that call. We like our beer flat as can be. We like our dogs with mustard and relish. We got a great pitcher, what's his name? Well, we can't even spell it. We don't worry about the pen as much. We just like to see the boys hit it deep. There's nothing like the view from the cheap seats.
We welcome you back here to the home half of the first here in McDonough Park. Beautiful day for a baseball game, but Red Wings coming off of a victory in yesterday's ball game against Elmira, looking to get their second two-game win streak on the year. First one coming back earlier last weekend. Leading off, it's Mark Trotter from William & Mary College. Trying to find his groove. He's struggling up there at the plate right now. But when he is hot, that's what the coaching staff is looking for. It's for him to start getting into a groove at the plate. Next pitch is hit towards the shortstop. He makes a throw to McKenzie, and there's a first out. One away here in the home half of the first. And now kicking in will be Max Hitman, the shortstop from St. Joe's University. A majority of this Geneva lineup is probably from the St. Joseph University team out of the Atlantic 10 Conference. Pretty solid team in the NCAA this season. Made it to the A10 tournament, but ended up losing along the road, and they did not make the NCAA tournament this year. Next pitch misses outside, ball two. And something that we haven't mentioned yet is Ryan Bailey on the mound. This is his third time he's seen this Geneva lineup. And we'll see if the Red Wings have learned a thing or two from the previous two outings against Auburn. First time they lost 11-1 in 7 innings in Falcon Park. Second time they went to Falcon Park, they lost 4-0. Next pitch is in there for a called strike, so the count goes to even, and that's 2-2. 2-2 pitch, 1 out, top bottom of the first. No score here in McDonough Park, just starting this game. First pitch around 6 p.m. Next pitch in there for a called strike 3. And Bailey is showed him up like a Thanksgiving turkey on that at bat, and now kicking in is Nick Surse, the extra hitter. Nick Surse, as we all know, is currently on a 2-game home run streak. He hit a home run here against Jamestown this last Sunday and Father's Day. First pitch, the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. And then he hit one in last night's ball game against Elmira to get his boys out and running early to a 12-6 victory. Next pitch catches the corner as well. Already down 0-2 is Nick Surse. He's starting to try to find his rhythm up there at the plate. The past few games, he's been pretty hot. The next pitch misses just outside. Try to have him chase one in the outside part of the plate, but Surse wisely lays off 1-2. Surse knows Bailey pretty well, as they both went to the same college, Alfred State. Next pitch, he jams him up to short. He makes the easy play, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Bailey. 1 inning in the books. No score between the Red Wings and the Doubledays. We'll be back for some more Geneva baseball in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube, and I'm Gage Kilborn.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere. What they saying, loot is back. Blame it on that contour. The hood call it Ludiac. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like serving tight like a million. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the everything. Never count me out. Y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts. Accountants count me in. Make millions.
We welcome you back here to the top half of the second.
Inning, the third baseman, number 34, Asif Lowengar.
Leading off will be Asaf Lowengat, the third baseman. He'll kick in again. He already had one at bat technically, but it did not count as Michael Cervantes was caught stealing on the pickoff. Next, first pitch is hit deep to left field. Dive in and make the catch. And he says he's got it as the left fielder of Geneva, and he does not make it as it goes for, as they are trying. They're saying he made the catch. So the umpires are going to have to refer to see what they say. A bit of a discussion here, trying to see if the left fielder for Geneva caught that or not. Trotta's believed he did catch it. He's saying he caught it. The home plate umpire and the base umpire are reviewing this call. It looked like a nice line drive and a nice dive attempt by Trotta out there in left field to try to come up with it. It looked like he had it. The umpire's reviewing to see what that call is, and already you can see Auburn is hopping on Thompson early in this one, early in the counts, and they count him out. They count Trotta out, and the first base coach of Auburn giving the base umpire a piece of his mind on that call. But nonetheless, that'll be the first out of the inning is a web gem by Mark Trotta. L7 in the scorebook, and already one away.
Number 37, Luke Hansen.
Now kick it in is Luke Hansen, the extra hitter for the Doubledays. Hansen has yet to see Geneva yet this season. He hasn't played against them. But on the year, he's batting .285. So right in the middle of the pack of the Auburn lineup so far through the first 17 games for the Doubledays. Still a bit of an argument to be called as they think that he did not come out on the catch, as Lowengat is still standing there at first base. Still arguing now to the third base coach for the Doubledays, and Lowengat still sitting at first. And still argument between Geneva and Auburn. Now he decided to stroll off first base after realizing that after fighting for too long on that. And it is officially now called an L7 on the scorecard. After that 5-minute debut, we're back into baseball. Luke Hansen digs in with Zane Rose to follow, the right fielder. Here comes the first offering from Thompson. Kicks and deals. Swung on and missed. Tried to catch up with a fastball, but came up unsuccessful. 0-1 already. Thompson has thrown all first pitch strikes to his first 5 batters he's seen so far this game. Next pitch, breaking ball. Tries to catch the inside corner, but misses for ball with 1. 1-1. With one man now here in the top half of inning number 2. Next pitch is a hit upstairs to Trotta. He traces back a little bit to make the catch. And just like that, 2 up, 2 down to start off the top of the second for Auburn.
Right fielder, number 18, Zane Roos.
The Doubledays trying to get back into their groove that they were in earlier on in the year. They're 2-0 against Geneva, but they've been in a 5-game skid till yesterday. First pitch at the knees for a called strike to Zane Rose at the plate. Batting .243 in the year for the Doubledays. Next pitch misses the outside corner for a ball, 1-1. Auburn in their second year in the PGCBL. Previously, they were a minor league affiliate of the Washington Nationals. until the 2019 season when the major MLB decided to make some league cuts, and one of the leagues that did not make the cut was the New York Penn League. That one catches his own as well. So the count is 1-2 in favor of Thompson. Comes a 1-2 offering. Tries to have him fish for one down in the dirt, but Rose wisely lays off. So the count goes to even at 2-2. And next pitch misses as well. So this is what we've been talking about, is that 1-2 count goes to a full count because Thompson likes to flirt around the zone a little bit and be a little bit dancey with his pitches. Next pitch is hit hard but foul towards the left field line, out of play. So we'll do it again, full count pitch. Zane Rose is from St. Louis, Missouri. Currently a junior out of Wofford, the Terrier. One of the better programs in the SoCon for baseball. Next pitch, inside, called, strike 3. And Thompson will get out of the inning with his second punch out here. Just 2 innings of work.
For Auburn in the top of the second inning, no runs.
An inning and a half in the books.
Errors, no one left on base.
Geneva and Auburn are tied early in this one. No score. We'll be right back here as you're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Welcome you back here to the bottom of the second inning, and it's a hometown hero, Wyatt Patchett, to lead things off here for the Geneva Red Wings. Previously mentioned, he's a Geneva native out of Lemoyne College, the Dolphin.
From Lemoyne College, the designated hitter, number 26, Wyatt Patchett.
He's the designated hitter tonight. The home crowd hoping that he can pull off some hometown magic for the team he grew up watching. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. With Bailey out for his second inning of work. So you mentioned previously, he's probably the ace pitcher of this Auburn lineup, and it was kind of no question going into this game who Auburn was going to throw against Geneva. Next pitch misses outside, 2-0. Third time Geneva is seeing Bailey so far this season in 3 games against the Auburn. Next pitch misses outside, ball 3. And now brings the count to 3-0. You wonder if the coaches of Geneva were talking about some of Bailey's rhythms and trying to figure out a way to get a hit. Not only have they struggled to get a run against him, his next pitch is fouled away, they've struggled to get hits on him. They only had 2 hits against Auburn total in just 2 games. So this was when their offense was struggling, but we'll see if yesterday's explosion of offense with 12 hits can change that. And it'll be a leadoff base runner with a 5-pitch walk as Patchett is aboard. And now stepping in is Nick Castellana, the right fielder.
From Niagara, the right fielder, number 31, Nick Castellana.
The Niagara Purple Eagle. Usually you see him behind the home plate in the catcher's box for the Red Wings. But that position is going to be filled by Shane Ducks today. And the reason why they decided to have him in outfield is because he's been one of their hot bats so far. Their leading hitter with 350 on the season. Hoping that they can help out the outfield a little bit as they've been struggling to see the ball so far to start the season. First pitch in there for a called strike. Big issue in the last 2 outings against Bailey. They've rarely had base runners against him. So one thing Geneva has to work on is working in the count to try to either get walks or hits to get on base and give him something else to think about out there. Next pitch misses inside for a ball, even a count at 1-1. On deck is Ray Ortiz, the third baseman. Probably one of the stronger defensive third basemen on this Geneva lineup this season. Here comes the 1-1. Inside, down low at the knees for a called strike to make the count go to 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 offering from Bailey. Finds the outside corner for strike 3 called. And Castellana is furious with that call, and that'll be the first out here in the home half of the second.
From NJIT, the third baseman, number 19, Ray Ortiz.
Now kicking in, it's Ray Ortiz, the New Jersey Institute of Technology Highlander. NJIT, they made the NCAA tournament last year in the Fayetteville Regional before losing to the Arkansas Razorbacks in that regional. They unfortunately did not make it to the College World Series that they're prone to doing almost year after year. First pitch, hit deep to right field. But it'll be easily caught out there for the second out. And 2 away. Now digging in, it's Cole Fleming, the first baseman for Geneva. Usually, we've seen in the past few games, the first baseman spot has been filled by a few different players, by Serge, Jaffe, and today it's filled by Cole Fleming. So the infield is shifting around quite a bit, trying to find the best defensive lineup for head coach Dan Munn.
From NJIT, Cole Fleming.
Here's another NJIT Highlander. 2 outs, runner at first. And Patchett runs, tries to steal, and he is safe. Is a call. A bit of frustration by the Auburn lineup as they thought he was they thought he got him out easily. But Patchett slides in safely, and they got a runner in scoring position with the 2 men out. Runner trying to get runs with 2 outs for the Red Wings has been a struggle for them so far this season. Cole Fleming, though, is down in the count 0-1. Next pitch swung on and missed. Now the count goes to 0-2. Bailey now focused hard on Fleming, trying to get it the easy out there. He just needs 1 more out. Can't really be worrying about Patchett over there at second. 2 outs, 0-2 pitch home for Bailey. Looking for his second punch out of the inning. Tries having chased one in the outside corner, but Fleming lays off. So the count goes to 1-2. The sun's starting to set here at McDonough Park, and when it was built, they were not expecting that to be too many night games when it was first opened. Next pitch jams in on Fleming, but he still pops it up to short. Left fielder calls it off, and he makes a grab to end the inning. 2 innings have come and gone here in Geneva, and we are deadlocked in what could be a pitcher's duel between Thompson and Bailey. We'll be right back here in just a few moments between the Red Wings and the Doubledays in just a moment. welcome you back here to the top half
Leading
of
off
inning
for
number
Auburn,
3.
at the
I'm
top of
Gage
the third
Kilborn.
inning, the
Be the
designated
voice of the
hitter,
Geneva
number
Red Wings to
3,
start this
Kobe
season, taking you
Stenson.
through this magical journey of 9 innings between the Doubledays and the Red Wings. And leading things off here in the top of the third, it'll be the DH, Kobe Stenson for the Doubledays. Usually an infielder, but playing designated hitter today. First pitch misses outside from Thompson for ball 1. Comes a 1-0 offering, way outside with a breaking ball. The count goes to 2-0. So far, both teams have been held scoreless, hitless, and errorless. Clean sheets across the board the first 2 innings. And this next pitch jams in on Stenson, and it'll run foul. So the count goes to 2-1. Just barely went foul, just to the right of the first baseline. So we'll do it again. 2-1. And it looks like the bat broke on Stenson. That pitch ran in on him from Thompson. Thompson, probably one of the ace pitchers of this Geneva pitching staff from Colby College. Same college where Charlie Furlong is from. Come pitch to Stenson. Next one, James on him again, so he lifts it up. It'll be an easy out by Max Hitman. So the inning starts with an out. 1 away in the top of the third.
Second baseman, number 20, Juan Carlos De La Ruz.
Next kicking in is Juan Carlos De La Cruz. The Virginia Cavalier kicks in out of the ACC. Premier D1 university in baseball. Won the national championship back in 2015. First pitch at the knees for a called strike. Oh, and 1. Take the time to, for the 58 viewers who are currently watching this game from back in the comforts of your home. Really appreciative throughout the Geneva Red Wings baseball team. Next pitch, outside corner for a called strike 2. So Thompson is reeling and dealing in this at bat. He's ahead 0-2. One thing you'd expect if you're De La Cruz on the plate is to expect something really outside. That's what he's been doing, flirting with the zone, and like he did just then and there. Try to have him chase one the inside part of the plate. The count goes to 1-2. The one thing he has to worry about is just trying to find the perfect pitch to get him out of the inning. Just as long as they borderline call, he might get it his way. Judging by how his home plate umpire is making these calls. Next place is grounded to Fleming. Makes the toss to Thompson, and he muffs it. That's going to go as an E1. And that was probably a poor decision by Fleming. He probably should just ran to first base himself. It's probably the better option. But however, it'll be an E1 on Nick Thompson. You know he's probably kicking himself with that pitch, with that outing.
Number 32, Caden Cram.
So instead of 2 outs with nobody on, it's now 1 out with 1 man on for the Red Wings. Here comes the first pitch to Cram, the catcher. Inside for a strike. Caden Cram, not one of the better hitters for this Doubledays lineup, as he's batting .076 on the season. Hasn't had a hit against Geneva at all yet so far in his first 2 games. Next pitch is hit up stairs towards Fleming, trying to make a play, and he does for the out. So Geneva is just 1 out away from getting out of this one.
Left fielder, number 31, J.C. Peacher.
Now kicking in, it's the 10th batter, J.C. Peacher, batting .333 in the year. So being at the 10th in the lineup, he still is lethal at the plate. The left fielder for Auburn. Thompson takes a look over at Carlos De La Cruz at first. First pitch is hit on the ground to second. Makes a throw to Fleming for the out, and the inning is over. Corrections averted after the Nick Thompson error and earlier this inning. We played 2.5 innings.
No runs, no hits, 1-2
No
to
score
Aaron,
between the
one
Doubledays
man
and the Red Wings. It's going to hold on to your seats, folks. It's going to be a good one here in McDonough Park. We'll be right back in just a moment as you're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube.
Hi, Jenny here.
We welcome you back here to the home half of the third. I'm Gage Kilborn, the voice of the Geneva Red Wings. And kicking off, it'll be Shane Ducks, the Hamilton College catcher. First pitch in there for a called strike. Ducks is doing the catching for Geneva, one of the best defensive catchers for this team. Big reason of why he's in the lineup today. The next pitch is hit foul towards the shortstop, makes the play. Just me the left fielder, it looks like. Right fielder.
From Quintanet, the center fielder.
And there's one away.
Andrew McDermott.
And now kicking in is a Quinnipiac Bobcat center fielder today, Andrew McDermott. He's been struggling with the wooden bat league so far this year, only batting .117 on the season. First pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. With the PBA group here today with a big group game. Next pitch misses inside, ball 2. Think about having a nice outing with your coworkers at the ballpark at McDonough Park. Give us a call. 2-0 count, 1 away. Next pitch is grounded towards the first baseline. It goes through for a base hit. McDermott's second hit on the season. And Geneva has their second base runner of the game. Something
From
that
Colby, the second baseman, number 11, Charlie Furlong.
now kicking in, it's Charlie Furlong, the second baseman for the Red Wings. The outfielding hitting has been a little bit of a struggle for the Red Wings, something that they were not expecting this part of the season. First pitch from Furlong is swung on and hit the left field. Run over to the left fielder to make the grab, and they're quickly 2 away in the inning. Something that Geneva has to work on, I think, has to be get that pitch count up on Bailey. Because the longer he stays in, the longer they deal with him.
Mary, the left fielder, number 38, Mark Trotta.
Now we go back to the top of the lineup, and it's Mark Trotta to lead things off. Grounded to short back in the first. The left fielder made an amazing play back in the second to record the first out for Auburn. 2 away in the inning, runner at first. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. That last at bat from Furlong is something we're not accustomed to seeing out of him. He usually likes to work the count to force either walks or force the pitcher to make a mistake to take advantage of. But just a one-pitch outing for him is not something that he should be proud of when he heads into the dugout. The next pitch is fouled out of play. So the count's even at 1-1. 1-1 offering, 2 outs. Bailey takes a look back at McDermott at first. Max Hitman's on deck. He would be next. Looking to return after being a victim of the K back in the first inning. Here comes the 1-1 offering to the William and Mary Tribe. Misses. 2-1 is a count. Trotta batting 185 on the year. You haven't really seen him show his full-on swing yet so far. Next pitch upstairs, ball 3. Counts at 3-1. With 2 outs here in the home half of the third, no score between the Red Wings and the Doubledays. What looks to be a pitcher's duel between Bailey and Thompson, something that we were kind of excited to see early on. The next one is crosses the heart of the plate. The breaking ball. The count's even at now. The count goes to full 3-2. These are the at bats that Geneva needs to hope to get out of their hitters. They want to get Bailey out of the game early. It's 3-2 home. Swung into the dirt. Strike 3. Takes a throw to first for the putout, and the inning is over. We played a third of baseball here at McDonough Park.
To the bottom of the third inning, no runs on 1 hit.
No score.
Errors,
The
1
pitcher's
man
duel
left on base.
presumes we got our first hit of the game. Our first run may come later. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Be right back in just a moment.
What's the purpose of all this madness? Why do we struggle so much to control them? Every day is a lesson. Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in because of my emotions. I can't seem to control them. Every day is a lesson. Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in.
Welcome you back here to the top half of the fourth. Auburn looking to get something started here. They've had base runners consistently, but have not gotten on a base hit or a run yet. Only had 2 base runners so far in this one. And it'll be Ryan Cessalini to lead things off at the top of the order. It'll be Cessalini, Cervantes, and McKenzie for the Doubledays. First pitch misses, ball 1. Next pitch misses into the dirt. And count goes to 2-0. It's 2-0 from Thompson. Misses as well, just a bit inside. I thought that would have been finding the frame for a strike by Ducks, but it doesn't this time. Usually Thompson has had that pitch. We'll see if he can make a change. Next one misses low as well, so a 4-pitch walk to open the inning. And now another thing to worry about is you think will have to be the stamina of these starters.
Michael Cervantes.
Now Michael Cervantes at the dish. He's over. Got a hit by pitch and just 2 pitches he's seen against Thompson back in the first inning. Batting .318 on the year, with the dangerous hitter and Dylan McKenzie waiting on deck. Here comes the first pitch in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 home is hit in the ground to Roy Ortiz. Makes 1. There's 2. And it's a double play for the Red Wings, and they turn 2 to get out of the jam. 5-4-3 for good measures, and there are 2 away. Now kicking in, it's a first baseman, Dylan McKenzie. This is a great spot if you're Geneva, and especially Nick Thompson, with no runners on base, with a dangerous hitter in McKenzie. He probably is very well familiar with McDonough, as he played here last year for the Red Wings, but didn't do too much with his team compared to Auburn, where he's currently lighting it up. First pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. It was a 1-0 offering. Next pitch is hit into the gap towards the left field. And on the run, it's Mark Schroeder to make the grab, and the inning is over. So a leadoff walk turns into a double play for the Red Wings.
For Auburn in the top of the 4th inning, no runs, no hits, no Geneva errors, no one left on base.
3.5 innings in the books. The deadlock continues here at McDonough Park. I'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Welcome you back here to the bottom half of the 4th. Geneva looking to try to get something going against Matt Bailey, who's been showing off his steam ability up there on the mound. 3 strikeouts through the first 3 innings for him, and the first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Max Hittman, the St. Joseph Hawk. He was a victim of the punch out back in the first. Next pitch is hit out a line drive to center field. Loader to center field, make the grab, but he can't get it. Rounding first is Hittman on his way to second, and he'll stand in a second with a leadoff double for the Red Wings. The second hit of the night for Geneva. And the offense for the Red Wings looking to continue into the tough pitching abilities of Ryan Bailey. And now kicking in is Nick Surse, facing his former teammate Ryan Bailey. A big at bat here. When Surse digs in with runners on base, that's when he is known to pop off. First pitch misses, ball 1. Currently, especially when a runner in scoring position, get you the stats just a moment. The 1-0 offering is hit up and foul. So it's a backstop, out of play. Geneva with runner on second. Nobody out in the home half of the 4th. Looking to get on the board first, something they haven't done yet against Auburn. They've had close games against them previously. Last time it was a deadlock between Walters and Bailey. Next pitch misses upstairs, ball 2. It wasn't until the bullpen of Geneva kicked in and the 6th inning gave up 4 runs, and that 6th inning was a difference maker in the game as they went on to lose 4-0. Comes a 2-1 offering from Bailey with Hitman at second. Misses way outside, ball 3. A very cautious decision to pitch. Looks like around Circe. Circe, as we mentioned previously, batting .227, runners on base with 2 home runs and 22 at-bats. So something very cautious to think about with 7 RBI. So he's very powerful when he sees runners on base. And that one is a line drive right to the glove of McKenzie. What a play by Dylan McKenzie, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Can't hit it harder than that. Almost
From
got it.
Lemoyne, the designated hitter, number 26, Wyatt Patchett.
Over the first baseman's glove, but McKenzie showing off his great ability. And a hard shot, line drive right to the glove. And that'll bring up Wyatt Patchett to the plate. In his last plate appearance, he drew a walk. First pitch misses into the dirt. Ball 1 on the breaking ball. Golden opportunity early for either team to have a chance of getting a runner across the plate. No team has had a base runner advance past second yet tonight. Next pitch misses outside, ball 2. Patchett, the hometown hero, previously mentioned, looking to cash in early last time. The first victory at home against McDonough was pretty much all courtesy of Patchett, as he had the 2-run single in the home half of the first against Newark to get them their first home win on the year. Currently on a 3-game win streak. Next pitch catches the zone for a strike, even put the count back at 2-1. 1 out, runner at second, bottom of the 4th. No score in McDonough Park. Castellana, the right fielder from Niagara, is on deck. 2-1 home is hit up and foul. Out of play. So the count is now even at 2-2. Big pitch coming from Bailey. So right now, Geneva's been working these counts up for these past few at-bats. These past few innings. Something that they have to really keep in mind as the game continues. If they want to have a chance of getting Bailey out either the 5th or 6th inning, that's the best way of doing it. 2-2, outside corner, called strike 3. A great frame by the catcher of Auburn.
From Niagara, the right fielder,
That'll end the
number
inning.
31,
That'll be the
Nick
second out of the inning.
Castellana.
Now kick it in. The right fielder, the Niagara Purple Eagle, Nick Castellana, kicks in. He's 0 for 1 with the punch outs last time up. The reason why we said previously for why he's in as a right fielder is they need him in a position, and they had Circe and Patchett filling in the extra hitter and DH roles just in case they might pitch later on tonight. The first pitch, swings at one down in the dirt for a strike, 0-1. Following this home half of the 4th, we'll give you up-to-date scores from around the league. With the PGCBL kicking off almost halfway done in the season. Next pitch, in there for a called strike 2. That was probably a great frame by the catcher as it was down low, but nonetheless goes their way. 0-2 offering. to Castellana. With Ray Ortiz waiting on deck, he would be next. Still Hitman with the leadoff double, standing at second base. This is where Geneva's had their issues. They have runners on base. They can't really get consistent hits together in innings when they really need to. And this is a great opportunity to get on the board first in the fourth inning. Comes the 0-2 pitch. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth to Castellana. Breaking ball misses outside. Try to catch him chasing a slider, but he wisely lays off. So the count goes to 1-2. Castellana, in his 2 at-bats against Auburn, he's hit 1 for 2. Now 1 for 3 after that previous at-bat where he struck out. Comes a 1-2 home. 2 outs. Runner goes. Slide to third, and he's in, standing safely. And it's a stolen base by Max Hitman. And now they have the first run of the game, possibly, is 90 feet away. And now this at-bat gets even more interesting for Castellana. Comes a 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, chopped foul, so we'll do it again. Right now we have the at-bat of 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the fourth. The line score for Geneva through the first 3 2/3 innings of baseball. There's no runs on 2 hits with 1 error. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be the last out of the inning. And Castellana is furious up there at the plate.
For the Red Wings in the bottom of the fourth inning, no runs, one hit. No Auburn errors, 1 man left on base.
4 innings in the books, no score between the Red Wings and the Doubledays. The deadlock in the pitching duel continues. And now we'll give you scores around the league. And currently, the Amsterdam Mohawks, the best team in the PGCBL, showing it off. They lead the Diamond Dogs 5-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Home after the fifth between Albany and Glens Falls. The Dutchman with a 5-2 lead over Glens Falls. It's still in the East Division baseball. And also in the East, Saugerties, the Stallions trying to rebound after a losing effort last time out. And they currently have a 3-0 lead over Oneonta. And what's going to be a pretty big game, a pretty big series going down the line. And then bottom of the third between Niagara and Newark. New Niagara up 2-0 over Newark in Colburn Park. And bottom of the fourth between Jamestown and Batavia, the Muck Dogs with a 2-0 lead. And we'll be right, and we get back into the action here in Geneva.
Leading off for Auburn in the top of the fifth inning, the third baseman, number 34, Asif Lowengar.
In the top of the fifth. Get you back ready here in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be Asaf Lowengat. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. It'll be Lowengat, Hansen, and Rose to kick off the top of the fifth for Auburn. 1-0 from Thompson. Tries to get a curveball to come back inside, but he can't. Count goes to 2-0. It's 2-0 home. In there for a called strike. So the count goes back to 2-1. Time to thank the current viewers who are watching this one. As that one, it hits foul, hits towards the press box. So the count is even at 2-2. Comes a 2-2 pitch from Thomason. Inside, swung on and missed, strike 3. Thompson keeping it going up there in the mound in the fifth. 1 away.
Extra hitter, number 37, Luke Hansen.
With 1 out here in the top of the fifth, Auburn is still looking for their first hit of the night. There's a first pitch to Luke Hansen. hit, foul. Thompson already ahead, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, ball one from Thompson. Shane Ducks, as we mentioned previously, one of the better catchers for the Geneva, defensively speaking, on the field. That's kind of why the Geneva's trying to put their best fielders at the dish against a tough team. Although Auburn is sitting 7th in the division, with 7-10 with their record in their first 17 games, they're a team that you can't really mess around with. 1-2 offering. So next pitch was fouled away. It's hit deep to left field. Mark Trotta going back to the wall. And he does. Jumps up and makes the grab for the out. Mark Trotta having an outstanding outfield day right now. Made a diving catch, line drive back in the second. And now a big jump to make what probably was a save an extra base hit to record the second out of the inning. A scary at bat, but Nick Thompson giving all the love and encouragement to his outfielder right now with that outstanding play. Now digging in, it's Zane Rose. And Luke Hansen was also the one that hit that line drive to Trotta as well. Back in the second, so he's kind of frustrated with Trotta out there left field. You assume that those two will be talking a little bit, probably joking around. Comes a 1-1 from Thompson. Upstairs for a ball, 2-1. 2 outs, top of the 5th, no runners on for Auburn. Thompson's looked very comfortable up there in the mound. Trying to keep his pitch count low, try to extend eat up some innings for his bullpen. Next pitch, he throws into the dirt. 3-1. No action yet in the bullpens from either team, but you imagine that will change starting in the 6th inning. Or in the home after the 5th, you'll probably start to see some relievers for Geneva start to warm up. Next pitch misses upstairs for ball 4, so it'll be a 2-out base runner, and the inning will continue for Auburn. And that will bring up Kobe Stenson, the designated hitter for the Doubledays. And the sunlight's starting to come at that point where fans will start to get a little bit frustrated, so I do apologize. So I'm going to do my best of description detail for you guys. Kicking in is Kobe Stenson, 2 outs, trying to get a 2-out rally going for the Doubledays. First pitch misses just above the zone for a ball, 1-0. Stenson popped out to short his last time up. And time is called. This game has been moving along pretty quickly. Already in the 5th inning, and we're just in an hour of baseball being played. So both pitchers are setting their hitters down pretty quickly. Next pitch is hit up, but foul towards the press box. So the count goes to 1-1. Kobe Stenson batting .429 against Geneva so far in 2 games. 3 for 7. And the runner goes, and Ducks muffs the catch, so Zane Rose is in easily at second base. Something that Thompson doesn't need to really worry about is the base runners right now, because currently they're in the perfect situation to just focus on getting Kobe Stenson out at the dish. And the count goes to 3-1 with a runner at second. Comes a pitch from Thompson. Imagine this one to miss, so you can try to, since there's an open base at first, probably, I don't know if he would want to throw to Carlos De La Cruz this inning. Well, we'll see. It'll be 8, 9, and 10 and duel up, and they're not really bad hitters in this low part of the lineup for Auburn. Thompson takes a look back over at Rose. Kicks and deals. And he jams him up towards Trotta. Once again, Trotta coming in. He makes that play a little bit easier than the first play he made this inning. But just like that, the side is retired. Halfway done through this one in Geneva. No score between the Red Wings and the Doubledays. It's been so far a pretty big pitcher's duel between both Thompson and Bailey. Who will blink first? We'll find out. Be right back in just a moment. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube.
The game was close, we'll call it a win. Go off to toast the boys again. That local band is back in town. They got a kind of minor league sound. They're not that bad, they're not that good, but all in all it's understood. We wanna dance, they wanna play. We wouldn't have it any other way. We like our beer fat as can be. We like our dogs with mustard and relish. We got a great pitcher, what's his name? Well, we can't even spell it. We don't worry about the pennant much. We just like to see the boys hit it deep. There's nothing like the view.
We welcome you back here to the home half of the fifth, and we're still at a deadlock, 0-0 between the Red Wings and the Doubledays. And now kicking in is Ray Ortiz, the third baseman for Geneva. First pitch misses inside, ball one, and it's still Bailey out there on the mound for the Doubledays. 4 innings of work, only get up 2 hits with one walk and a good number of strikeouts against the Geneva lineup so far. 4 punch outs the first 4 innings. He's averaged a strikeout each inning. Next pitch misses, ball 2. 2-0 pitch from Bailey in there for a strike to bring the count back to 2-1. So far, the strategy for Geneva, they've done a better job with giving up getting hits. So far, through the first 4 innings of work, they already have tied. They already tied the amount of hits they've had throughout their first 2 games against Auburn. So, doing a better job with hitting. Next pitch is hit to right field. Going back is the right fielder of Auburn. Going back way to the warning track to make the grab just in front of the fence for the first out. A loud out, number 1 for Auburn. And now digging in, it'll be Cole Fleming, the first baseman for
Number
Geneva.
14, Cole Fleming.
First pitch way outside and off the mark from the Alfred State Pioneer. Fleming batting 172 on the year for the Red Wings. Next pitch is grounded to short. He makes a throw to McKenzie, and that's a second out. Quick at-bat there, and that's something that Geneva does not want to see out of their hitters. Shane Ducks kicks in. He had a 2-pitch at-bat last time. He flew out to right field.
The catcher, number 11, Shane Ducks.
The Hamilton Colonial kicks in. The coaching staff of Geneva is trying to get longer at-bats because they try to milk the count out a little bit. They can probably make Bailey miss a pitch and give up some walks. I do apologize for the sun starting to set at that time where you can barely see the field. So like I said before, I'll do my best radio calls here to try to help you guys out. Next pitch is jammed on the ground to third. Makes a throw to McKenzie, and the inning is over. So a rather quick inning for Bailey up there in the mound. 5 innings in the books. And we are still deadlocked
Bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no Auburn
at no score. The pitcher's duel continues. We'll be right back for some more Geneva baseball here in just a moment.
Well, I beat the drum and hold the phone. The sun came out today. We're born again. There's new grass on the field. Around the 3rd and headed for home. It's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Anyone can understand the way I feel. Oh, put me in cold.
In the top of the 6th inning, the second baseman, number 20, Juan Carlos de la Cruz.
Welcome you back here to the top half of the 6th as Juan Carlos de la Cruz leads off. I'm Gage Kilborn, the voice of the Geneva Red Wings. Taking to do his magical journey of 9 innings of Red Wings baseball here out of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. The first pitch is grounded to second. Throws on to Fleming to make the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Geneva, and that's something that Thompson and the Red Wings definitely like to see. And
Catcher, number
yes,
32,
I am
Jaden
correct.
Cram.
Nick Thompson is out for another inning of work. His pitch count is still at a good place, and currently nobody's warming up at the bullpen. You would kind of so shocked to see that going into the 6th inning, as this game has been flying by. An hour and 15 minutes in, and already in the 6th inning. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Caden Cram. He's over 1 as he flew out. He popped out in foul territory to Fleming his first time up. That back into 3rd inning, so next pitch misses as well, 2-0. Thompson trying to pitch the game of his life and try to give his team some hope. Next pitch misses, inside, almost hit Cram. Count goes to 3-0. Cram, the catcher from Princeton University, out of the Ivy League, the Princeton Tiger kicks in. 3-0 home. Misses low, ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk to the Princeton Tiger after getting the first batter out in just 1 pitch. Now stepping in, it's J.C. Peacher, the left fielder.
31, J.C. Peacher.
Peacher is from Pace, Florida, out of Georgia Southern University. Georgia Southern was a regional host of the NCAA Division I tournament this year. The first pitch is missed wide left out of the zone for a ball, 1-0. Nick Thompson from Colby College, out of the NESAC conference. The same conference where you see Shane Duxon from Hamilton. Next pitch is a fast sacrifice bunt throw to first, and he's thrown out. The first base coach of Auburn thought he was safe. I thought he was there too, but we'll see the ruling on this one. And now the third base coach of Auburn has given him an earful.
Ryan Cecilini.
But it'll go as a sacrifice hit, so will not go against him as an at-bat. As he's able to push the runner and advance him to over to second with 1 out. Would now be 2 away here in the inning. Now go back to the top of the order to Ryan Cesarini. Kicks in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. His last time up and back in the 4th. Already down 0-1 in the count. The 0-1 pitch misses way outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Runner at second. 2 men out here in the top of the 6th. No current, so again, hard to see out there. And I do apologize deeply. But once the sun sets into the trees, it'll be a beautiful setting throughout the rest of this one. Comes a 1-1 pitch to Cesarini. Misses way outside. He's really losing control of his breaking ball. And this particular slider. Trying to find the outside corner, but it's gone way outside and not really made it closer for him to even think about. Here comes a 2-1. In there for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Thought it was a little too far out, but the ump saw it differently. I believe the Auburn coach is going to have a word with these umps. Pair of twos. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th. No score here in Geneva. Next one is thrown into the dirt. So the count goes full, 3-2. This is where Nick Thompson really struggles up there at the mound, is trying to get that good pitch to get him out. And he's really been losing his command this at bat by the looks of it. Got a lucky call there to not get himself down 3-1. Comes a full count offering. Payoff pitch. And he stays off the mound. And Cram goes back into second. Cram at second base. It's the only base runner right now in this inning. 5 base runners for Auburn in this game. Next one is swung and hit foul right at home plate. Almost caught by Ducks, but he just loses it, so we'll do the count again, 3-2. Starting to see some action now in the Geneva bullpen. As a righty kicks in. Next one misses way outside, ball 4. So it'll be the first time tonight we've had 2 base runners on base from either team. Now the pitching coach of Geneva gets on to talk to Thompson.
Number 5, Michael Cervantes.
With Cervantes coming up and 2 gone in the inning. A big at-bat here, you would imagine, as this is probably one of the better opportunities any team has seen so far in this one. Been pretty quiet so far. And with the amount of base runners that Nick Thompson's given up, you might be surprised to hear they have not been hits. Even though there have been a lot of walks and errors, there's yet to be a hit for Auburn through 5 2/3 innings. The pitching coach signing to the bullpen. Getting prepared. Looks like Bart Zekas might be getting warmed up for the Red Wings. Yeah, Iona Gale, probably one of their better relievers for this Red Wings bullpen. They're throwing out all the stops here tonight against a really talented team in Auburn and trying to improve their confidence. Comes the first offering. Is in there for a called strike to the Auburn shortstop. He's 0 for 1 today as he had a hit by pitch back in the first. And then in the 4th inning, he ground into a 5-4-3 double play to prevent anything from happening after the leadoff walk by Ryan Cesarini. Runners on first and second. Cram at second. Cesarini sitting over at first. With 2 gone in the inning. And now misses way inside and gets behind Ducks. And now the runners both advance 90 feet. And that'll more than likely go as a wild pitch. Now Thompson is dealing with runners at second and third. The first time we've seen a runner at third base by other side tonight. I know you can't really see it right now because of the sun's at that perfect spot where it blocks your vision. So I'm going to do more of my radio call here. The count's still 1-1, 2 outs. Runners in second and third. Thompson delivers. And it's hit towards the gap. For second baseman makes a throw to Fleming, and that is the out to end the inning. Geneva gets away without getting up a crooked number this inning. And Thompson holds Auburn hitless through 6 innings of work.
For Auburn in the top of the 6th inning, no runs, no hits, no Geneva errors, 2 men left on base.
We'll be right back here to the home half of inning number 6 in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on
The
YouTube.
2022 Red Wings.
Every year, the South champion. Cause all I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Swerving in my low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Cali back it up, go. Down for armed trafficking, don't make me pull that fofo. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, bitch, your mud right. We come together, holding hands and holler hood life. We all strapping all black, it's like Bud Light. All it's do is scream. You riding the what? Cause we riding the night. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't riding. All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Oh, water getting boiled. Snoopy in the hookie. System overload. I've been running this rap.
Andrew McDermott.
Go on to the home half of the 6th, and still hard to see up there, the visibility. I do deeply apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately, but all I can do is try to do my best radio pronunciation with some of these. And that little guy is Andrew McDermott out of Quinnipiac. He's 1 for 1 with the base hits back in the 3rd. And was left stranded in the inning. First pitch misses outside, ball 1, and still Bailey on the mound in the 6th inning of work. The next pitch in there for a strike, to even the count at 1-1. Trying to work the count a little bit is Geneva. Try to get Bailey off of the mound. Is starting to see some action a little bit in the bullpen of Auburn. And you would imagine that Bart Zekas will probably come in. Next pitch is cut on and miss for a strike, to even the count at 2-2. And you would imagine that Bart Zekas will probably come in to the top of the 7th for Geneva. Comes a 2-2 offer from Bailey. Hit, foul. Out towards the parking lot. Some cars better watch out. So we'll do the count again, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, no score. Pitcher's duel. 2 hits in total between the Red Wings and the Doubledays. The only 2 hits of the game. McDermott with a base hit back in 3rd. And a leadoff double by Max Hitman in the 4th. He was left stranded at 3rd base. Next pitch misses for a ball to make the count back to 3-2. Next one's hit up and foul towards left field. Trying to make a play on it is a 3rd baseman left fielder. And it'll drop. So we'll do it again, 3-2. McDermott is still trying to find his groove at the plate. He's an outfielder that was a star. He's one of the better hitters in the outfield for Quinnipiac in college. He has a few injury issues earlier on in the year, but trying to fight them off so he can keep playing some summer baseball. He only played one game last year against Auburn. In Auburn, in the turf. Screwed up his ankle, so he was out for the rest of the season. Next pitch is hit on the ground to second. Makes a throw to first, and he's off the bag. It's McKenzie. It'll be an error. It'll be a throwing error of the second baseman, and now the head coach of Auburn comes out. He's getting frustrated. The base ump and he's getting irritated. He's giving him an earful. You can imagine if he keeps this up, he might get tossed of the game. And you can hear the crowd around, and he's giving him an earful, just showing off how irritated he is over the calls in these previous few innings. And you can hear the whole crowd of Geneva. They want him out, and he's thrown out of the game. The head coach of Auburn's thrown out of the game. And he's still giving him an earful. Oh my goodness. Still giving him an earful, and there's not much you can do about it now. As the base umpire walks out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the second time I've ever seen someone get thrown out of a game. So I'll show you how much of an action-packed game we've seen. And he's still giving him an earful. Saying that McKenzie still touched the base, even though he was thrown off. But it'll still go as an E4 in what's probably a crucial call of the game, and something that Geneva fans are really excited to see. I know you probably can't see it at home, but the home plate, the Auburn head coach is thrown out of the game.
From Colby, the second baseman, number 11.
And a bit of excitement here in McDonough Park. And we get back into the action. And now as the stadium lights do come on, it's Charlie Furlong. The Colby Mule goes on. Meanwhile, a few more words coming on from the head coach of Auburn. Now it goes an E4 on the throwing error of the second baseman of Auburn. And now Charlie Furlong trying to do a sacrifice bunt to advance McDermott over to second. Comes a 1-0 pitch to Furlong. Kicks and deals. Hit foul towards the backstop. Furlong is trying, the best option for him is to either get a sacrifice bunt to advance McDermott to second. Still has one strike left to attempt at it, but seeing that he swung on a full cut the last that pitch, you would imagine he wouldn't. And he does attempt at it this time, and he lays one down towards the first baseline. And he gets the sacrifice bunt, will be successful. So McDermott advances 90 feet to second base. 1-3 sacrifice hit for good measures on the scorecard.
From St. Joseph's, Max Hitman.
McDermott advancing 90 feet. And now kick it in, it'll be Mark Trotta.
I'm sorry, for William and Mary, Mark Trotta.
It was the first offering from Ryan Bailey. Looks over at McDermott at second. And there's a chop ball hit on the ground to Bailey. Makes a throw to McKenzie. And he gets thrown for the out. And it was a weak call. And now the Geneva fans are getting frustrated with that call. And the base umpires are making some questionable calls. And now head coach Dan Munn gets on to talk to the home plate umpire about what he sees. He's trying to complain. You want to go to the base umpire. And now things get even more interesting. The last few innings, the base umpires are making some controversial calls. They're already led one head coach to be thrown out. And now they're going to the home plate umpire, and those two are going to intervene, discuss on what the call is. There's a chop ball to Ryan Bailey, and the official ruling is he was thrown out, so it'll be another sacrifice hit as McDermott will advance even further. So now McDermott is at third base with 2 outs. Max Hitman to the dish in a golden opportunity to cash in the first run of the game, and some might imagine probably the winning run of the game. First pitch in there for a called strike as he frames it outside. Strike 1. And now the Geneva fans in attendance are getting irritated with the umpires. Not much they can really do about it, however. Next pitch also catches his own. So Hitman is down 0-2 in the count. Hitman looking to bring home McDermott from third. He had a double his last time up back in the 4th. And the next pitch is hit high, about foul towards the backstop out of play. We'll do it again, 0-2, with Nick Sturz on deck. Hitman batting .333 when runners are on base. And next pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. Still looks like they're going with Bailey for Auburn. Not really showing any signs of action in the bullpen, really. Now looks like they're getting somebody from Ithaca. Starting warm. Next pitch misses down low, ball 2. Units to count at 2-2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third for Geneva. Be potentially the potentially game-winning leading run over at third base of manager McDermott. Got on base on a really controversial call to lead off this inning. Now the count goes full, 3-2. And what's been a very exciting inning will continue to be an exciting inning. Hitman batting .364 with runners from scoring position. Looking to add to that total here. Full count offering, 2 outs. Here's a payoff pitch. Hit on the ground towards third, but foul. So we'll do it again, 3-2. A big battle here. This is the at-bats that Geneva was looking for tonight against Bailey. Now you're going to slightly start seeing some of what's going on out there as the stadium lights come on and the sun is setting a little bit more. Full count offering once again. Hit on the ground to first. There's McKenzie. He'll make the run to first, and that'll end the inning. Geneva threatens to score, but comes up unsuccessful. And a head coach was thrown out of the game. And a bit of a heated frustration continues. And now we played 2/3 of baseball here in Geneva, New York. We're still in a deadlock. No score. We'll be right back in just a moment with Bart Zikas to kick things off here at the top of inning number 7. I'm Gage Kilborn, and you're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube.
That you're safe, that you're here in my arms. I think that you should know that together we belong. You are not good all the time. I can play games now. Go, 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 go. Forever's good all the
welcome you back here in the top half of inning number 7 in Geneva, still
Leading off
scoreless.
for Auburn in the top of the 7th
And it's
inning, the
Angelo
first baseman, number
Bartzikis
25,
to lead
Dylan
things
McKenzie.
off for the Red Wings. The Iona Gale out of the MAC Conference, and that's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. And currently there looks to be insect in front of the camera lens, and wisely lays off, or else I was going to swat it away for you guys. As Ducks take some time to talk to his reliever out there, as he's probably one of the stronger relievers for Geneva out of the pen. He's coming in relief of Thompson, who had 6 hitless innings against the Doubledays. And the first pitch misses for a ball, and it was a close call, and they thought, and Racina McKenzie went around, but he didn't. Ducks looks over the base umpire. So the count goes to 1-0. McKenzie 0 for 2 tonight with a punch out, and he flew out to Trotta in 2 attempts. Next pitch misses outside, moves the count to 2-0. Two-0 offering from Bartzikis. Kicks and deals. In there for a called strike to bring the count back to 2-1. Two-one offering. Hit up and foul towards the press box, out of play. So the count goes to 2-2. And now Bartzikis is just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Getting his first out of the inning, excuse me. Bartzikis, the 4.77 ERA. He has a 1-0 record in 4 games pitched, 4 innings. Giving up 9 hits with 5 runs. 2 of them were earned runs and 4 punch-outs. Next pitch misses, so because the count to full 3-2. 3-2 pitch from Bartzikis. Payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So McKenzie gets on base for the first time tonight. And now stepping in will be a soft Lowengat, batting 166 on the year.
34, Asif Lowengat.
Struck out swinging his last time up, and he's 0 for 2 in 2 attempts. Geneva Red Wings take the time to thank our fans for tuning in and really appreciate. First pitch is fouled up. Like a nice bunt attempt there, but it goes foul. Hits the camera, as you can see that the netting moves a little bit. Trying to get a better angle for you during this half inning break. 0-1 count from to Lowengat. Auburn still looking for their first hit of the night. Comes the 0-1 offering. Inside, called strike. And the count is even at, now the count goes to 0-2, so Lowengat now has to take his hacks at it. Ray Ortiz came running in deep from third base to try to maybe force 2. Get 2 out of that. McKenzie at first. Comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And that'll be the first out here in the 7th.
Extra hitter, number 37, Luke Hansen.
Now stepping in the extra hitter, Luke Hansen. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He flew out to left field in 2 attempts. Big and Mark Trotta gets him in some exercise out there. First one was a line drive that was dropping really quickly. He made a nice layout diving effort to make the play and get the out. I don't know, one of the first controversial calls of the game. First pitch upstairs for a ball. And then the next one was a deep fly ball, just missed extra bases by a few inches. A nice play by Trotta once again out there left. Next one catches the zone, even the count at 1. Seven base runners for Auburn. through 7 innings so far. Here comes a 1-1 from Bartzikis. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. The count goes to 1-2, and a bit of frustration coming for the Auburn hitters. Luke Hansen trying to not be out by victim of the K. Geneva's pitching has been, so far, had a few close calls, have given up runs. The previous inning in the 6th is probably the worst inning we've seen out of Thompson so far this game, out of the game he's pitched. And he's able to get out of it like a magician without giving up any runs. Keep this deadlock at a bunch of goose eggs across the board. Here comes a 2-2 offering, way outside on the fastball, and the count goes full 3-2. Another beautiful day at the ballpark as the sun's starting to set at the right time. We can start to see a picture come in. See a beautiful setting. Comes a 3-2 home. Hit foul, so we'll do it again, 3-2. Trying to work up the count of Bartzikis' pitches. And some probable other relievers here from the pen tonight. Nobody really warming up for Geneva. Nobody really yet warming up for Auburn either. So it looks like they're going to get 7th inning of work out of Bailey. Next pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Luke Hansen will go down by way of the K. Back-to-back punch-outs for Bartzikis.
Right fielder, number 18, Zane Roos.
And now stepping in will be Zane Rose. He's 0 for 1 with a punch-out back in the 2nd. And he had a walk in the 5th and was left stranded at second base with a stolen base as well. First pitch in there for a called strike. Bartzikis gets ahead 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Bartzikis. Kicks and deals. Swung on and missed on a fastball up in the zone. And the count goes to 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit foul. So we'll do it again, 0-2. Bartzikis getting a little bit excited on the mound. He's really finding his groove and rhythm in relief after losing McKenzie on a full count walk. He answered with back-to-back strikeouts. One pitch away from getting through 7 clean innings for Geneva. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit foul, so we'll do it again, 0-2. Trying to find that last pitch he needs to get Rose out. And set him down by way of the K for the 2nd time tonight. Here comes the 0-2. If your heart is not pumping right now, you're not a Geneva Red Wings fan. 0-2 pitch, 2 outs, top of the 7th. It's hit deep to left field. Running over to the shortstop, coming into the center field, McDermott, who will make it. It'll drop for a base hit. Into no man's land. That'll be the first hit of the night for Auburn. And we got a ball game, folks. It'll drop down for a base hit, and now there's runners on the corners for the Doubledays. But still, 2 men out.
Number 3, Kobe Stetson.
And now digging in is Kobe Stenson, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Usually bats 350, one of the top hitters, and he has a golden opportunity to get runs on the board for Auburn. And what's probably the better part of this game. And this is where the main issue for Geneva and the struggle has been throughout the season so far. Has been the bullpen. Bartzikis is probably one of the better pitchers out of the bullpen. And the count goes to even at 1-1. Bartzikis is one pitch away from getting through 7 hitless innings for the Red Wings, but he gives up the first hit in the 7th. 6 2/3 of hitless innings for the Red Wings. Probably one of their strongest pitching performances so far this season, easily. Next pitch in there for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2. And now Bartzikis is one pitch away from getting out of this inning and looking like a magician out there in the mound. Here comes a 1-2 home. Kicks and deals. Hit deep to left field. Trotta on his horse, racing to make the play. And he'll get there in plenty of time, and the inning is over. 6.5 innings in the books here in Geneva. We are still in a deadlock.
For Auburn in the top of the 7th inning, no runs on 1 hit. No Geneva errors.
No
2
score.
men left
Be
on
right
base.
back in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Welcome you back here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the home half of inning number 7. And I'm Gage Kilborn, the voice of the Geneva Red Wings. And we got a new pitcher in the bullpen, and it's now going to be a bullpen kind of game to see which bullpen will pull through. As so far, the hits total between both starters here tonight have been 2 total hits. As Geneva is really starting to get into the hits now. As up to the plate, it's Nick Surse, the Alfred State Pioneer, leads things off here. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The first pitch, it's a fastball cut on and miss for a strike, 0-1. The reliever for Auburn, it's Chris Auclair. He's a freshman from Duvel College, but he's a local boy from Baldwinsville, New York. Played for the Baldwinsville Bees. Next pitch, cut on and miss on a breaking ball. The count's down to 0-2. He's currently slicing up and carving Nick Surse like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. Comes the 0-2 pitch, home. Swung on and missed with a heater for the first out of the inning. Now kicking in, it's Wyatt Patchett, the hometown hero. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
26, Wyatt Patchett.
As he had a walk back in the second and was left stranded at second base. And in the fourth, he struck out swinging. He struck out looking. 6 strikeouts for the Auburn pitching staff here tonight. 5 of those 6 strikeouts are from Ryan Bailey. Probably their top pitcher against Geneva so far in the first 3 games that they have seen him. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to the Geneva boy. Popped upstairs, but foul. So we'll do it again. We'll do it again. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out into bottom of the 7th. Still no score. Geneva 6-7, coming off of a win in yesterday's ball game against Elmira. Auburn coming off of a win in yesterday's ball game against Watertown. Next one catches the inside part of the plate, so the count goes to 1-2. Lemoyne Dolphin gets ready for his next pitch. 1-2 offering home. Popped up in foul territory. We're going to make a catch to McKenzie. He'll make it for the second out of the inning. Quickly 2 up and 2 out down for the reliever out of the bullpen.
From Niagara, the right fielder, number 31, Nick Castellana.
Now kick it in, it'll be Nick Castellana, the right fielder from Niagara University. Geneva has a doubleheader against the Niagara Power next Wednesday, and then make up from a rain date earlier this year. And the first pitch misses outside, ball 1. The next pitch cut on and miss for a strike, so the count goes even at 1-1. 2 away in the home half of the 7th. Still no score, so the pitcher's duel is alive and well in the late parts of this one. Cut on and missed for a strike as he threw it in the high cheese and he couldn't catch up to it, so the count goes 1-2. Now Auclair is just 1 pitch away from getting out of this one. And he swung on and missed strike 3, and that ends the inning.
For the Red Wings in the bottom of the 7th inning, no runs, no hits. No Auburn errors, no one left on base.
And that'll end the inning. So 7 innings in the books. We are still deadlocked at no score. And we'll take this quick time to tell you about the scores around the league. Last time we did, as we take a look at, it's now a 9-0 lead. Amsterdam, they're looking to get rid of the Diamond Dogs in just 7 quick innings. There's 1 run away from doing that. In the top of the 7, they're up 9-0. And now stepping in, and then in top of the 9th between Glens Falls and Albany, the Dutchmen with a 6-2 lead over the Dragons. And Batavia extends their lead to 7-0 over the Tarp Skunks in Deethrick Park in the home half of the 5th. Bottom of the 6th, Socrates with a 6-0 lead over the Outlaws in Demashki Field. Top of the 6th in Newark at Colburn Park. 2-1 Niagara with the lead. And like I said previously, we're still held scoreless here in this one as we go to the top half of inning number 8. And we got a new pitcher change for the Red Wings. And looks like it'll be Bruno Sergel from Delaware State kicking in. The Hornet. Out of the MEAC. And he's been one of the weaker relievers we've seen so far that Geneva has. Trying to keep this game in favor of Geneva. This is where the struggles start to continue. We'll see how this decision goes well for the Geneva pitching staff, or not. And the first pitcher Sergel will face is Dela Cruz out of Virginia. First pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. And next pitch is hit towards center for a base hit. And that'll be the leadoff base runner for Auburn in the top of the 8th. And this is when the Geneva bullpen is what I like to call survive the innings. They really struggle to record outs here, and they find themselves in a lot of sticky situations, if you will, to try to get out of it. Next pitch, first pitch up high, misses for a ball, 1-0 to the Auburn catcher. He's over 1 as he pops out to in foul territory back in the third. And the next pitch it's a throwaway, and it'll be thrown out of the field. So automatically, Carlos De La Cruz advances 90 feet on a throwing error made by the pitcher Bruno Sergel. Sergel will try to do a pickoff move or try to take a look over at De La Cruz at first, but he throws it past the glove of Fleming. So now the Auburn's a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And now the umps are discussing whether if he advances 90 more feet to third base or if he just is okay standing at second. And it looks like he's just going to stay over at second. 1-0 count, nobody out in the top of the 8th. Get a line score for Auburn. No runs on 2 hits with 1 error. And for Geneva, it's no runs on 2 hits with 2 errors. Next pitch misses up high, ball 2. Next one is popped up. Oh, we're trying to make a play as Shane ducks. He's near the dugout, and he dives. Tried to make a diving play, but it goes unsuccessful. Great effort there by the catcher from Hamilton. Close, but no cigar, as the saying goes. So the count goes to 2-1. Probably one of the biggest games of the year. And it's still early in June. Playoff implications we haven't even reached July yet, if you will, and there's still, it feels like a playoff atmosphere here at McDonough Park. Next pitch misses up high, ball 3. 3-1 offering from Sergel, way outside, ball 4. So runners are on first and second for Auburn, with J.C. Peacher up to the plate. Now the pitching coach for Geneva will come on, and he's going to try to talk and get someone warming up in the bullpen for Geneva for the Red Wings. Believe it should be Patchett warming up. And then he lines down a bunt, and it's a good one, and it'll be a base hit. An infield single for J.C. Peacher. And now Auburn has the bases loaded with nobody out. And this is where the frustration of Geneva is. They can play well through the first 6 innings, 7 innings, and then when they have one bad outing from one reliever, that's when they struggle this late in the game. The Red Wing pitching staff, for guys just tuning in, pitched 6 2/3 of hitless innings when Angelo Bartzikis did the best of his ability to keep the groove going, and it looked like he probably could have gone an extra inning in my mind. But then they went to Bruno Sergel, made the move to him out of the bullpen, who struggles. His accuracy is not really on point, but when he does get on point, usually he has to pay for it in a big way.
Ryan Cicilline.
And now we go to the top of the lineup with Ryan Cicilline. He's 0 for 1. He's drawn a pair of walks and a golden opportunity to get the first run and probably the winning run to the board. He lays down a good punt, makes a throw home, and he's thrown out at home for the first out of the game, of this inning. And it's a big one. And they'll call that a fielder's choice. 1-2 fielder's choice put out for the scorebook. And now kicking in will be Michael Cervantes, the shortstop of Auburn. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He grounded out twice, once into a double play situation back in the fourth, and he had a hit by pitch back in the first inning. Still one man out. Bruno Circle trying to get out of this jam he got himself in. If he does, you might have to call him Harry Houdini. First pitch is hit foul towards the Geneva clubhouse. Out of play. Very tight game so far. Neck and neck, having the feeling of a playoff game, if you will, between these two teams. Although Auburn is sitting in 7th, their record does not show their performance. Next pitch is hit foul, so Circle is one pitch away from getting his second out of the inning.
Yeah, you swung at it. It was a strike. Swung and missed. It was a strike.
Circle out of his freshman year out of Delaware State. North from Brooklyn, New York, the righty. At a height of 6'8". The next pitch inside, called strike 3! And that's a massive out for Circle. Now he's one out away from making a magician's act, if you will.
First baseman, number 25, Dylan McKenzie.
Massive punch out for Circle. Now to the plate with his hardest hurdle of the inning, if you will, Dylan McKenzie. 300 hitter for Auburn out of Cortland, trying to pay damage. And the first one he hits pops up to the first baseman. Over there is Cole Fleming, and he makes the out. Bruno Circle gets him out of the inning with a bases loaded jam with nobody out. And 7.5 innings in the books, still no score. Boy, hold on to your hats, folks. We got a good one in Geneva. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube.
Ready to play today. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center field.
we welcome you back here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the bottom of the 5th inning, which has been truly an exciting game to watch, and what's been a pitcher's duel where you imagine whoever blinks first and gives up the run, the first run of the game, will probably win the game at this rate. Now Ray Ortiz is here trying to pull through with this one. Geneva trying to end it in the home half of the 8th and hope that their closer will come out to shut things down as Ray Ortiz kicks in. First offering to him is swung on and missed for a strike. The main issue for Geneva right now is they've been swinging early with these new pitchers out of the bullpen, and this one's Brandon Matthews coming in. Next one in there for a called strike. So Ortiz finds himself down to count 0-2. Has been struggling at the plate, batting 172 on the year. He's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 flyouts to right field. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Matthews. Gets a sign. Kicks in, deals. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning. He carved him up like a Thanksgiving turkey on that one, and now stepping up to the plate is Cole Fleming, the first baseman for Geneva. He's also 0 for 1 tonight.
From Bedford, New Jersey, number 14, Cole Fleming.
The NJIT Highlander steps in. Here comes the first pitch, cut on and miss for a strike. They've been swinging on the first pitch and back-to-back at-bats. That's something you don't want to do. It's been 4 straight strikes for Matthews out of the pen. Next pitch misses upstairs for a ball, even the count at 1-1. Home half of the 8th, still no score. Next pitch in the dirt. They say he went around, and he did! And Cole Fleming is frustrated with the call, as well as some of the Red Wings fans in attendance. But nonetheless, it's a big strike 2. And now Matthews is 1 pitch away from getting a second out of the 8th inning. Geneva wanted to get someone started in the top home half of the 8th. Next pitch misses upstairs for a ball, and the count goes even at 2-2. Next pitch misses. The count goes full 3-2 with 1 out. A big payoff pitch coming from Brandon Matthews at the plate. Here comes a payoff pitch home. Kicks and deals. Hit foul, so we'll do it again, and the battle will continue. Cole Fleming did a great job going down 1-2, fighting back to even the count and make it go full 3-2. And this is going to be the 7th pitch is at bat as Fleming steps off the plate. Another wonderful evening at the ballpark, and a big homestand coming up for the Red Wings. We'll be out in Newark tomorrow, taking on the Pilots. Game at 7 o'clock. Next pitch is hit deep to right field, and not deep enough as the right fielder is there to make the grab to record the second out of the inning. Now kicking in will be the catcher from Hamilton College.
From Centralville, Virginia, the catcher, number 1, Shane Ducks.
In Clinton, New York, Shane Ducks. One of the better teams in the NESAC this past year. First pitch in there for a called strike to the Geneva catcher. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a fly out. Comes the 0-1 offering from Matthews. The line drive towards right field, but foul. It almost trickles into the Geneva bullpen. So the count goes to 1-2. And now Brandon Matthews is 1 pitch away from getting through the 8th inning, and the relievers for Auburn have been slicing and dicing. They'll be back-to-back 1-2-3 innings if he's able to get Ducks here. Here comes the 0-2 home, 2 outs, misses outside, ball 1. One-two count, swung and hit on the ground, and it's a jump ball but he'll get there for a base hit. More than likely, we call it an infield hit as it went off with the glove of Matthews. And the shortstop was trying to get the recovery, but it'll be an infield single, and the inning will continue. The first time Geneva has had a base hit since the 4th inning. And now Andrew McDermott up to the plate with 2 men out and a runner at first. The Quinnipiac Bobcat finding himself in a very interesting situation. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a base hit back in the 3rd. And he reached to first base via the error throw made by the second baseman back in the 2nd. Well, it turned out to be a very controversial call that threw out the Auburn head coach. First pitch misses, 1-0. Next pitch misses the zone as well, so the count goes to 2-0 to the Geneva center fielder. New Jersey native. He's entered the transfer portal. Does not know where he's going to play next year yet, however. 2-0 offering. Almost chops off the head of McDermott. He ducks. Cram can't make the catch. So Ducks will advance 90 feet on the wild pitch. More likely to be called a pass ball situation. And now Geneva has a runner in scoring position. In a 3-0 count to McDermott. A very close game between Geneva and Auburn. Been very neck and neck all night long. Thompson and Bailey, the starters, were magnificent tonight. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk to McDermott. They didn't want to face him. They want to face Charlie Furlong. And Charlie Furlong does a tremendous at bat usually. He extends his at bats, but he hasn't done it so far. Furlong is from Colby College, another team out of the NESAC conference, same conference that Shane Ducks' Hamilton Colonial is playing. Still 2 outs, runners on first and second. First pitch, cut on and miss for a strike. Runners on first and second, 2 men out. Home half of the 8th. And time is called as Cram wants to talk to, it looks like some argument between Cram and Matthews at the mound. And ever since the 6th inning, when the head coach of Auburn was ejected from the game, Auburn pitching has really gone into a groove. It's the first time Auburn has struggled against Geneva. 2 runners on, 2 men out. Home half of the 8th. And the next pitch misses for a ball. Giving the count at 1-1. Don't really know what that talking was about between Cram and Matthews at the mound. 1-1 home. Cut on and miss, so the count goes goes back to 1-2, and Matthews is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Geneva really hoping to cash in 1 run here. The furthest both teams have gotten to scoring was leaving their runners at stranding at third base. Here comes a 1-2 home. Matthews takes a look over at McDermott at second. Gets his sign, kicks and deals. Cut on there, inside, called strike 3. 8 innings in the books here in Geneva. We are still deadlocked at no score apiece. We'll go into the 9th. You do not want to move out of your seat or change the channel. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings Baseball. We'll be back in just a brief moment on YouTube.
Game since I was 20 years old. I hung with the worst of them. Bust till I burst them up. Floss them up, toss them up. Harder way, close them up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up. Pressure up, bless you, bro. Don't mess with us. We like the U in the 80s. Back to back, set a track. Hit the lick, get it back. Get the trick, jump the track back. Time and time again. Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby, win. All I do is win, win, win. No matter what. Got money on my mind. I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, and if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
The past is the past, you know? It's a new day, bro. My day. You gotta do it now. This is what we've been waiting for right here, y'all. This moment right here. It's my time. Come on. Low soul. Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time. I don't even need a watch. I don't even see a clock. Soon as I walk in, it feel like me.
We're looking at you back here in the top half of inning number 9, and in is a soft low and got, and the count is 1-1. With Circle still on the mound for Geneva. And we'll get you a scoring summary after this pitch. Misses outside for a ball. And the scoring summary through the first 8 innings. That's the scoring summary. It's been a very clean sheet for both pitching staffs so far through the first 8 innings of work. And the next pitch catches the zone, so the count's even at 2-2. Circle got out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam back in the 8th to keep this game tied at 0. And the next one gets between the neat legs of Ducks through the 5-hole if you're a hockey fan. And the count runs full 3-2. Here comes a full count offering from Circle. Almost hits. Low and got, so he reaches first. And a bit of confusion as the scorekeeper couldn't keep up with a pitch count, which is something that's been pretty common throughout this season so far for Geneva.
Extra hitter, number 37, Luke Hansen.
So it'll be a full count walk to lead things off. And now stepping in will be Luke Hansen. He's 0 for 3 and was set down by way of the K back in the 7th against Bart Zekas. Comes the first pitch is hit upstairs and into foul territory. Rushing to make the play is the right fielder, and he slides, but it falls into the Geneva bullpen. And they made a call to the bullpen. It looks like Nick Sursa is going to start to warm up, and that's what they should have done earlier, I would have imagined. As Sursa is probably one of their stronger relievers. He's usually their utility man of this team. Some people like to call him, he's like another version of Shohei Ohtani in this league. He can hit and he can pitch. First pitch, next pitch misses outside for a ball, even the count at 1-1 with a runner at first. Here at the top of the 9th. And Circle takes a look over at first, and this time he makes a throw to Fleming. The last time he did it, the throw went by Fleming, and he got himself in a scary situation. Next pitch, check swing, foul. And the count runs to 1-2. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Auburn line score so far. Well, Geneva line score 3 innings, no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Geneva was pitching a no-hitter through 6 2/3 innings. And the next pitch is lined over the Max Hittman's glove for a base hit. And a little bit of a rally starting to brew here for Auburn. As head coach Dan Munn is out of the dugout. I think that might be all we'll see from Bruno Circle here in this one.
Number 18, St. Louis.
And if that will be, then he'll be responsible for the runners at first and second. And that'll be all for Circle tonight. And now coming in out of the bullpen. Take a moment to see who it is. I would be surprised if it wasn't Patchett or Surse, since they had Patchett and Surse as DH and EH tonight. for to probably put them into the bullpen. I was talking to the coaches earlier today, and they said the probable relievers tonight will probably be Bartzikis, Surs, and Patchett were the three names he was mentioning. But we only seen one of the three he's called so far. And warm-ups are being presented, and it looks like it's going to be Zach Stadire from Youngstown State University, the Penguin, kicks in. He's going to be in relief for Geneva. And I'm wondering why they're making this decision this late in the game. Still in a deadlock. They still could manage to win this. I personally think it'd be better if they put in either Surs or Patchett, preferably Surs. And what could possibly be an extra innings opportunity if they're able to get out of this one. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second. You'd imagine some low ball pitches will be thrown by Stadire. This is the fourth pitcher Geneva has used out of the pen. Like I said previously, Bruno Circle is responsible for the runners at first and second base. The 4 hits for Auburn. 1 in this inning, 2 in the 8th, and 1 in the 7th. The last 3 innings have been where this main struggle is for Geneva. They struggle to close games. Their bullpen has been a bit of an issue for them. And it's something that the coaching staff even know that this team has the ability to get to 500 and even above 500. And they're currently in the playoff position right now. If the season were to end today, sitting in 4th place. Top 4 teams in each division do make the postseason with a 6-7 record. And Auburn, as I mentioned previously, they're 7-10, but their record does not really reflect their effort. They were on a 5-game skid. And after that, they had their first win in 6 games yesterday against Watertown. First pitch inside, called for a strike. Geneva's hoping to get a few of those out of him with Zane Rose at the dish. He's 1 for 2 with a punch out, a walk, and a hit. He had the first hit of the game for Auburn back in the 7th. Once again, Bartzikis. Next pitch, chopped up over the glove of Furlong. And now bases are loaded for Auburn with nobody out. And once again, just out of the pen, Stadire sees himself in a similar situation to Sergel. First 3 hitters get on board for the Auburn Doubledays with nobody out. They were able to pull a rabbit out of their hat in the previous inning. Can they do the same in this inning? This game is starting to get very tight, and near the end of the game, top of the 9th, still no score. 5 hits for Auburn now. Comes the first pitch. Inside, called for a strike. Jacoby Stenson, the DH. Stenson batting .350 on the year. Next pitch is hit foul, and it goes through the netting into the home grandstand. You rarely see that happen. So that fan was luckily got a baseball, even sitting behind home plate. So the count goes to 0-2. To Stenson with De La Cruz on deck. He would be next. Here comes the 0-2. Almost knocked out the head of Kobe Stenson on the pitch. And the count is brought back to 1-2. Bit of frustration in the Geneva dugout. Hoping the relievers can actually do their job and do what's called relief. Next pitch, he gets down left field line. He goes down. Fair ball, foul. Just foul of the third baseline. As you see, the Auburn third base coach got excited for a moment as he knew that would have been a big hit to bring home at least 1 run and possibly 2. But we'll do the count again, 1-2. He just was late on the fastball. And the fans in attendance here tonight are really getting a treat in this game. Here comes the 1-2 offering again from Stadire, looking for the first out of the inning. He gets a sign from Ducks, kicks and deals, almost hits him again. 2-2, a little too close to comfort for Stenson that time. And the sixth pitch of the at-bat about to come. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Hit upstairs, way up, about a mile high, and a fair foul ball. It is missed by Ray Ortiz, the third baseman. He rarely misses those plays. And what he had the chance to get the first out of the inning. As we've seen time and time again, if you're a big baseball fan, you know that if you have an easy pop out like that and you miss the catch, 9 times out of 10, it'll come back to bite you, and that'll go as an error. It'll be the third error of the ball game for Geneva. And the next pitch hits Kobe Stenson, and it'll walk in the first run of the game. And Auburn will take the early 1-0 lead with bases still loaded and nobody out. And what is Geneva going to do now? Deadlock through 8 innings. And Geneva blanks first. And what's possibly could be the game-winning run. And now the third base coach of Auburn is going to take some time to talk to Auburn. Looks like they're going to have a pinch runner. And looks like pinch running for Rose. It's going to be Christian Perez.
For Auburn, now running at second base, number 9, Christian Perez.
Now Christian Perez will be the pinch runner for Zane Rose. He's at second base. Luke Hansen's at third, the extra hitter. And Kobe Stenson, the DH, is at first on the hit by pitch RBI. The first run of the game just came around to score. 1-0 Auburn leads, looking for their 8th win on the year. Next pitch in there for a called strike to Juan Carlos de la Cruz, the Virginia Cavalier. You got 78 viewers currently watching this game, a big number. Thank you all for tuning in. 0-1 offering, way outside with a slider. It counts even at 1-1. And now the fans are a bit quiet. So you know that this team has what it takes to pull out victories. But their main struggle is their confidence of this bullpen. Next pitch is hit foul towards the third baseline, so the count goes to 1-2. Still bases loaded, nobody out. The first run in of the game. just came around to score. And the next pitch, breaking ball, just misses the zone. It looked like it was actually a tempting pitch to bite, but Juan Carlos de la Cruz, he's seen a few of those pitches in D1 baseballs. He's played with some of the best teams in the country. Even a few teams that made the College World Series this year out of the ACC of the Virginia. Here comes the 2-2 offering from Stadire. Popped up, straight up to second base. And infield fly is in effect. And he doesn't make the catch, but the infield fly still is in effect. And it's kind of like a Little League team out there right now. And as they'll be the first out of the inning. Which finally happens after 5 batters come to the plate, where they finally recorded their first out of the inning. And Auburn is 3 outs away from winning this game.
Number 24, Connor Brayla.
And now stepping in, it's pinch hitting for Caden Cram. It's number 24 for Auburn. I'll get you a moment just to get his name. It's Connor Brayla. He's seen Geneva play a few times. He's gone to a couple of their games, played against him. And the first pitch is hit foul. And that's a dart near the bathrooms, and the kids are all chasing the foul ball. Count goes to 0-1. Geneva will be on the road tomorrow before they'll have a 5-game homestand. Hosting Jamestown on Sunday. And the next pitch in there for called strike 2. And they'll be hosting Newark on Monday. Tuesday they'll be hosting the Syracuse Saltcats, an interleague game, just exhibition, out of the New York Collegiate Baseball League. And then on Wednesday it'll be a doubleheader against Niagara, the Power, for a rain makeup. Our next pitch, breaking ball upstairs for a ball. Count to 1 and 2. That seems to be hoping the strikeout pitch for Stadire his past few at bats. Still 1 out, 1-2 pitch, full count offering from Stadire. Gets a sign, kicks and deals upstairs again, move the count to 2 and 2. Except before tomorrow, Geneva will be on the road in Newark. And then Auburn will be home at Falcon Park against their rival, the Utica Blue Sox. Currently have been one of the hotter teams of this league division right now. Currently winners of 9 straight, making that 10 straight after taking down Elmira 8-4 tonight. The longest win streak of the PGCBL so far as they extend their record of 14-3. 10-game win streak for the Blue Sox. And Batavia looking strong against Jamestown, 7-0. Meanwhile, back in this game, still a 2-2 count. And time is taken for Brala. Catcher coming into the 9th inning. For Auburn. 2-2 pitch. Hits him in the knee, it looks like the kneecap, and that'll bring in another run. And now the Geneva fans are getting mad at the coaches, and that'll be Dan Munnan is coming out, and that's going to be all for Zach Stadire, as it looks like they're going to bring in Nick Surse to try to sort this mess out of the bullpen. Auburn extend their lead at 2-0. In the top of the 9th, and a very close game throughout the first 8 innings with neck-and-neck ball. Geneva's starting to lose their grip, and they must be very frustrated. As they played Auburn this will be their 3rd time playing Auburn. They lost to Auburn the first game 11-1 in 7 innings. Absolutely got blown out. In the second game, they lost to Auburn by the final score of 4-0. It was just a 6th inning where they started to struggle. So Augie Walters did a tremendous job through the first 5. And he was doing a great job keeping pace with Ryan Bailey from Auburn. Talking to the coaches today, they all were preparing to face Ryan Bailey from Auburn, as they all expected him to be on the mound against them. And when we got the lineup card, we all were talking it over and realized that it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. And the players are talking, having a lot of focus against Auburn on the mound. The game today is they've had more hits in this game than they've had in the 2 games combined previously. Only were able to muster 2 hits in the first 2 games, and they have 3 hits here tonight. Their batting average against Auburn the first 2 games is .061. And the bats are starting to come alive for Geneva a little bit, as yesterday we saw have a 12-run explosion, the most runs they scored in a game so far this season. And other scores around the league: Amsterdam takes down Mohawk Valley 12-0 in 7. They mercy ruled them pretty easily. Albany takes down Glens Falls 6-2. Utica, as we mentioned previously, they won 8-4 against Elmira. Elmira find himself in a 2-game slump. And then bottom of the 5th, Jamestown trails Batavia 7-0. And Newark takes the lead over Niagara in the home half of the 8th, 5-3 in Colburn. And Socrates, the 6-1 lead at the top of the 9th over Oneonta.
Number 34, Nick Searce.
Nick Searce up on the mound out of Elford State, the Pioneer. Hoping that, looking at the chat, at the YouTube chat here, as all you guys are hoping that Geneva will pull a rabbit out of their hat in the home half of the 9th. They're struggling to get 1 run across the board. If they do manage to be shut out, it'll be the second time they've gone shut out against Auburn. Back-to-back times they've gotten shut out. They lost 4-0 in the previous game. And now kicking in will be J.C. Peacher with bases loaded. The first pitch in there for a called strike at the knees. And they would go up against a tough pitcher in relief in Nick Searce. Here's the 0-1 offering. 1 man out. Next pitch. Upstairs to the high cheese. Cut out and miss. Couldn't catch up to it, and he's now finds himself down 0-2 in the count. Peacher is 1 for 3 tonight with a base hit back in the previous inning in the 8th. 1 for 2, excuse me. 0-2 pitch outside for a ball. Put the count at 1-2 with bases still juiced for Auburn. 2-0 Doubledays with the lead. Looking to move up a little bit in the standings. Next pitch, cut out and miss. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Strikeout for Searce.
Center fielder, number 10, Ryan Cicilline.
Now first pitch to Ryan Cicilline is chopped foul towards the third baseline. The next pitch, high and inside for a ball. Almost hit Cicilline. This counts even at 1-1. Geneva's 1 out away from getting out of this inning and hoping their guys muster 3 runs in the home half of the 9th to walk it off. Next pitch, cut out and miss for a strike. And Searce is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Due up for Geneva in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Trotta, Hitman, and Searce to kick things off. Next pitch, cut out and miss, strike 3. Searce comes out of the bullpen with thunder. Slices up like a Christmas ham, and the inning is over. 8.5 innings in the books. Geneva needs 3 runs to win this, or else they'll find themselves down to a 6-8 record. We'll be right back. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. you back here for the home half of the ninth. 2-0, Auburn with the lead. Geneva looking to walk off and get to 500 for the first time this season. They're 6-7 on the year. They've gotten to one game below 500 numerous times this season after falling down 0-2 to start the year. They really claw their way back and been playing more like cohesively like a team over their past few games. First pitch to Mark Trotta is in there for a called strike. As Auburn's going back to Brandon Matthews on the mound for a second inning of work. And why not? He got the first two Geneva batters out pretty easily. Next pitch upstairs, and they call it a strike. Mark Trotta's not happy with the call. And every Geneva fan in attendance is frustrated as that was high and inside. I think the umpire wants to go home. And he made it clear with that call right there. Comes the 0-2 home from to Trotta. And they give him back one, and count goes to 1-2. And now Auburn gets frustrated. I believe the home plate umpire was giving Geneva fans a one there, so he knew he made a bad call the previous pitch. Nonetheless, 1-2. Pitch on the way. Cut on and miss, strike three, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Now stepping in will be the St. Joseph shortstop, Max Hittman. He's 1 for 3 tonight as he had a leadoff double back in the fourth, but was left stranded at third base. The Pennsylvania native looking to get something started with one out here in the top of the ninth, bottom of the ninth. First pitch, cut on and foul towards the right field line, out of play. Near the Geneva parking lot. Here's the 0-1 to Hittman. He's batting .256 on the year. Looking to get on base one way or the other. Next pitch by the knees for a called strike two. And now the count goes to 0-2. Matthews not messing around in his ninth inning of work. He wants to get home early. The 0-2 to Hittman. Matthews gets his sign from Brala. Kicks in, deals. Cut on and missed, strike three. He threw him the high cheese and he couldn't deliver. And 2 up, 2 down by way of the K in the ninth.
From around the court, New York, extra hitter, number 34, Nick Surse.
Now kicking in is Nick Surse, representing the final out for Geneva tonight. The Red Wings in the Geneva season, trying to stay up to 500. All relies in the lefty hitting power of Nick Surse. The first pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0. He did his job on the mound. Let's see if he can do his job in the clutch at the plate. Next pitch. Misses, looks like, yeah, it's in there for a called strike. Even though Brala dropped the ball, he still count that as a strike. 2-0, Auburn leads. In what's been a very close game. Geneva's been really doing a much better job against Auburn since they did in the first game this year. Comes to 1-1 offering from Matthews. And time is called from Surse. He's going to take a look down at Dan Munn at third base. Get his call. Get his reviews. If Surse is able to somehow get on base, Wyatt Patchett will be up, the hometown hero. The next pitch is hit on the ground at first. Over there's McKenzie, makes a throw to Matthews, and the game is over. 3-1 the final on the final scorecard. And the game is over as Auburn will come away victorious with back-to-back wins in the year, improving their record at 8-10 the year, as they'll host Utica tomorrow. And Utica is looking very hot, winning 10 straight games. Meanwhile, Geneva, they'll be going on the road to Newark tomorrow at Colburn Park with a 6-8 record. Newark came away victorious against Niagara. And more the frustration woes of Geneva against Auburn continues.
Sunday
And
at 5 o'clock.
as the Geneva Red Wings believe that they had a golden opportunity to get, they thought they had a great chance to come away with a victory. They gave them a hard-fought game today compared to what we saw earlier against Auburn. They've really gone into a bit of a better groove, but they still have some work to do. And hopefully this next stretch of games will help them out with the PGCBL West standings. The bottom teams of this division did a tremendous job, and it really shows that it's a 5-team race in this division going forward. But signing off for now, I'm Gage Kilburn and Geneva Red Wings Baseball. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow at Colburn Park, where the Red Wings will take on the Newark Pilots here on YouTube.
You get the lights over here, I'll get these over here.